Yeah, so I'm just going to show you 3 examples of using the builder's line level. I'm going to use some different clips from some different jobs that I've been doing, so I'll just show you 3 here. Just going to show you how we set up a string line to make sure everything's level when we're placing the MOT in there. So all we've got is the builder's string line. We've got a string line level here, and we'll show you how we use that. Just a clamp. We've got the wood for the battens, a saw, and something to measure with. I'm just going to show you a quick tip on tying off. I don't want to get bogged down into which knot's best, so I'm just going to show you something quick, dirty and easy here. So all we're going to do is trace this round the other end. I'm going to come round and I'm going to pass it underneath. See that I've passed it underneath there? I'll try and show you that with the camera. Bear with us. See that I've just passed it underneath there? And then I'm going to pull it back round, and all I'm going to do is tuck it back underneath. So try and do it without the fingers being in the way. And you can see that, there we go. So now to tighten that, all I'm going to do is just pull on this string this way, and that should be enough to hold it in position. So you can see how tight that is there. To release, all we do is we pull it and we're away. So I should have showed you how we started the knot before. I don't want to get into a debate about what's the best knot, so this is just an old bushcraft knot that I use. So wrap it round, and then we're going to do 2 on the inside. Just make sure you can see that. So that's 1, and then 2, and then 1 on the outside. If we can get that through. Made that look easy, didn't it? And then what that should allow us to do is to slide that knot up. Tighten it, and just give it a little pull. And there we go. I've got the depth that I was looking for here for the MOT. And all I want to do is make sure that this string line is level, so we've got the same over here. Got one of these things here which is called a builder's line level. So all it is 2 hooks on each side and a spirit level in there, and all we're going to do is place it on and make sure that it's level. So making sure this is tight, just do that again. And all we're going to do is attach it, 1 on each side, and then we're going to slide it to the middle. Now, as you can see, not too far off there, but if we just push this down a little bit, you see that it needs to drop a little bit. So if it was way out, you would see this. It's just to drop this a little bit. So all we need to do is push down, tighten up, and take a look. You can see that we're pretty much in the middle there. Yeah, so the only other thing you might want to think about is whether you need a fall or not. More relevant for patios really, but the small shed, probably less of an issue. So if you was to implement a fall, industry standard recommends 1 to 80, so whatever unit it is you divide by 80. So if this was a metre, 100 centimetres, we'd divide by 80, and the fall would be around about 1.25 centimetres. So we need to make sure that we've got that drop every metre. Just as a precaution, if you want to, I'm just going to make a quick mark here in case one of them moves. So what I'm going to do now is attach a temporary string line from one side, run into the other where the down pipe is going to be, and that'll allow us to put a fall on it, because we need to make sure there's a fall on the gutter so the water runs off in the right direction. So there's all sorts of different ratios of falls out there, so I'm going to use the ratio of 1 to 350. So for every 3.5 meters I'll be dropping by a centimeter, so you should be able to work that out. So overall, what have I got? I've just done some calculations here. It's 240 centimeters long, so that gives us a fall of around about 70 mil. You have to bear with us because I'm in some tight spaces here, but as you might be able to see, I'll turn around. I've tied this string line off here quite tight, so we can get the fall right. What that means is the total distance from here to the end of that string line should be 70 mil lower overall. So it just allows me now to position the rest of these. Line level, it's going to be a little bit hard for me to show you this today because the hole's too small, but if I move that across to the centre, and then I can just check the line level each time. If you can see that there, but pretty much bang on with the string line here. And what we can do now is just double check placing the spirit level on as we're going along, and just checking that there's a fall. If we check the bubble, you can see that's a good fall there. So if we lift it up a bit, yeah, it's just another example where you might want to use one of these line levels. So we've got a builder's anchor. Let's say you may be laying some bricks, you want to make sure that it's level from one side to the other. All we do is place this on, make sure that's nice and tight. So move it into the centre. All we do is place the builder's line level on, move it along to the centre, and then we're just looking for that in the middle. So you can see here it's nice and tight. It needs to come down a little bit on this side, and you can see that there. So pretty much a case of making sure it's nice and tight and checking it. And also a corner anchor. I don't know if you've seen these corner anchors before, but basically the line comes through, we wrap it round and tighten it. It works better on bricks, to be honest, but I'll just show you a quick example here. So I've got it connected to the other side. I'm going to place that on. I'm going to pull that tight so it goes round. Pull it round into position. Make sure it's nice and tight. There we go. You can see I've got the other one there as well set up. I'll take your builder's line level, make sure it's nice and taut, place it on top, and then all we're going to do is push it to the middle. And then once we've got that in position, we'll keep it nice and tight, and we can lay the coping stones across. So you can see here that this needs to come up a little bit on that side, so we're out of line there. So once we've got those two set, we can place the other ones in between.